Baby, I done learned me something new, and now I'm ready to do these reaction videos, honey. Hold on to your mother diapers. We about to hold on to your seats, honey, because we about to get into this, okay? We about to get into this, and y'all gonna react to this video. This is my first time watching this video, so I know it ain't probably nothing new that we ain't heard before, but still, watch it with me, y'all. Let's see what's good.
A major law firm has dropped him as a client, but why now? Well, we're going to talk with renowned celebrity attorney Bradford Cohen to get his take on this latest move.
Diddy's legal team is about to get some serious attention thanks to an upcoming documentary teased by 50 Cent. Given the array of accusations and witnesses lined up against him, it's no surprise. One can't help but question whether these lawyers have a vested interest beyond just collecting their fees.
Why is that not a fair outcome?
What he did here is on a magnitude of unlike anybody else you could imagine. A week after these public searches were televised, he gave us his passport. His children gave us his passport. He then paid off the mortgage entirely on his Miami home, $18 million. It's instructive that he's going to have a bail package ready so that if he was arrested, he would have something ready so that he could get out the next day and show the judge he's taking this very seriously, which he is, which is why 12 days ago, Chris, when we thought there's an indictment that may be coming, he flew to New York the very next day. And that's an extraordinary move. 6 months. He has done everything somebody under investigation can do. I can't think of anything else that he could have done. He's fighting. He's fighting, he's innocent, and he's gonna be able to show it.
Take Mark Aniff, for instance. He's been in Diddy's corner for years.
Hold on. Did she just say that he's innocent? Is he innocent? Is he? Did she just say that? Let me just go ahead and keep playing.
And his refusal to accept a plea deal speaks volumes. His comments about standing by Diddy through this year-long ordeal are like witnessing someone fully embodying the role of the devil's advocate. Meanwhile, the prosecution isn't holding back. They've just revealed evidence suggesting that Diddy used coded messages through other inmates' phone codes. This move wasn't just a breach of prison rules, it completely shattered any remaining faith in his ability to follow the law, even while locked up.
But also, Shauna, I'm curious as to your thoughts here on these allegations, right, of witness tampering. We've heard these allegations that he was, using other inmates' phone accounts to try to make phone calls in a way to make it so that they wouldn't be monitored. And there's also this concern that he might be trying to influence the jury pool via social media, even while he's behind bars.
Absolutely, and I'm sure the judge really looked into that because although we know that these are allegations, there's been no evidentiary hearing as to whether or not these actually rise to the level of obstruction. Just the idea that he is not even following the rules that are enlisted by the prison, those type of allegations, whether or not there's been an evidentiary hearing just speaks to the...
For him not to want to follow the rules, like, who the fuck do he think he is? Who do you think you are? Who the hell told him he was this powerful? Who? He was, I guess. Okay, I guess.
The actions of the individual while incarcerated. And if you're not having good behavior at that time, the judge is going to look to say that, even if you're let out and left to your own devices, it's not going to get in.
And Mike, if you can sort of read us in here on what this also says about the larger team around Sean Diddy Combs, noting here that the judge writes the sufficiency of any condition that would place trust in Combs and individuals in his employment, like a private security detail, to follow these conditions. I mean, they're really questioning everyone around him as well.
They are. And Kana, just listen to you and Shauna talk, I really began to think about not only his associates and who's on his payroll, but also Kana, his family. Sean Combs has a very strong immediate family with his children who also do hold a level of social currency and culture where the children were gathered around the table and was able to communicate with Sean Combs behind bars to wish him a happy birthday. And you can hear Sean Combs on the speakerphone. They're talking about the love they have for the father. The father is talking about the love that they have for them. So really signaling to any potential witnesses that his children are a tight unit, has great social media currency. Also, too, his son made a rap song really questioning the federal government, really questioning potential witnesses to go forward against his father. So when you tie all those things together, you look at the social media dynamic, the social currency, the ability to use music to possibly influence and cross distress amongst witnesses. That is all part of the safety to which the judge is talking about.
Judge Submanin, who's overseeing this courtroom drama, didn't get caught up in the content of the messages. Instead, he zeroed in on Diddy's blatant disregard for prison rules, labeling it a major red flag. This behavior effectively destroyed any trust in his commitment to adhere to release conditions.
From there, Judge Subramanian says there is evidence that Combs violated Bureau of Prisons regulations during his pretrial detention to obscure his communications with third parties. We talked about this a lot, how Sean Combs was using other inmates' PAC numbers to make calls, was using a private messaging service to reach out to people, was also engaging in three-way phone calls. The allegation was he was not only breaking potential witnesses in the case, maybe...
You know what? You know how we have our cell phones in our hands constantly. He sure know how to remember all their phone numbers to get a hold of everybody. Like, who's giving you phone numbers out? Because I know you're not remembering everybody's phone number.
maybe to try to influence potential jurors through a social media campaign. Now, this is interesting because Judge Subramanian writes, the court makes no determination that the content of Combs' communications through these channels was improper. That's interesting. And this is something that he talked about in the hearing about, is it really bad he's posting things or having people post things for him on social media? So he's saying, but, and this is something that we talked about in our prior sidebar, it was just the flouting of the rules that was the problem. He writes, however, his willingness to skirt BOP rules in a way that would make it more difficult for his communications to be monitored is strong evidence that the court cannot be reasonably assured as to the sufficiency of any conditions of release, especially given that they occurred when Combs was seeking bail and obstruction were front and center. Yeah, really bad that he's doing this when he's already accused of obstruction and he's under the government's eye. But, and this is also interesting, you know another reason why the court was skeptical about Sean Combs being released? And, you know, Judge Subramanian at least kind of entertained what would bail look like, what would pretrial release look like. He went on a back and forth, and we'll talk about this in a minute, where Sean Combs' attorneys had said he has an apartment in New York, there will be private security. Well, here's what the court says. And individuals in his employ, like a private security detail, to follow those conditions. So, wow. So really seems swayed by the prosecution's argument that his private security team could probably be susceptible to manipulation.
But wait, there's more. It turns out Diddy's communications weren't just old school. They allegedly involved a third-party app, hinting that someone on the inside might be helping him maintain a back channel to the outside world.
Well, what about, they say, quote, the defendant also uses a non-authorized third-party messaging service called Contact Me ASAP to obscure his communications. The defendant appears to be using two Contact Me ASAP accounts. First, the defendant's BOP contact list includes a particular email address assigned to the defendant's son, which does not appear to be an account owned by the defendant's son, but instead appears to be an email address connected to Contact Me ASAP. Second, the defendant appears to be using another. The defendant has exchanged hundreds of text messages via Contact Me ASAP with dozens of individuals, including attorneys and individuals who are not on the defendant's contact list. So any issue there?
Again, if he's contacting his attorneys, it's usually, it always is attorney-client privilege unless there's a third party involved. Some people don't feel comfortable talking to their attorneys on jail calls. Even though they know they're not supposed to be listening to those calls, I can tell you, they do listen to some of those phone calls. They're not supposed to. They might not use it in a court of law, but a lot of times you find that they oh, sorry, by accident, I didn't realize it. So I don't take much of that unless, like I said, unless they have some damning evidence that he is doing something crazy on those phone calls or he's doing something crazy on that application. Other than that, just using it doesn't really speak to a lot.
I guess the counter argument would be, putting aside what the content is, we'll get to that. If he's breaking the rules of the prison, right, this is not the prison, if he's breaking the rules of the detention center, should he be on the outside? Is he going to flout the rules of his bail? That would be the argument.
Yeah, I mean that's a better argument, but the problem is that thing like if I am calling a witness directly and having direct witness contact by using this kind of obscure messaging and things of that nature, yeah, 100%. But I think just because he uses third-party calls, that's like like I said, 99% of the cases do that.
Okay, so let me. There's just so much to get to, so I want to get through everything with you. So the prosecutors have indicated that they will produce these calls to Combs and his lawyers through a filter team prior to what is a scheduled bail hearing on November 22nd, 2024. We're going to be covering that on Law and Crime. But then they write this. On multiple calls, often using the PAC numbers of other inmates, and the defendant leaves no doubt that the narrative he wants to leave is the potential jury pool's perception of this criminal proceeding. And examples of these efforts, they say, are plentiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stop this right here. I just know what we have in store for us for 2025, honey. I think a lot of truth is gonna be revealed, and I think that we're gonna be shocked about it because I believe it goes something way deeper than Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that's not even with us anymore. R.I.P. to Tupac, Biggie, Aaliyah, Left Eye, to all of them. But I think something bigger is going to come out. You know, um, we ain't going to talk about my smoke detector. Mind your business. That's not what we're talking about right now. We're not talking about that right now. But anyways, for 2025, honey, we better hold on to our. We better hold on because this thing is going to be a roller coaster. It is going to get ugly. It's going to get real bad before it gets pretty. But for all of us small content creators, I think this year is going to be our year. And honey, they giving us something to talk about. Okay, they giving us something to talk about. And I just want to say thank you all. Thank you guys. I was trying to say both of them words, you guys and you all at the same time. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for commenting, liking, subscribing to my channel. Um, this channel was supposed to be a reaction channel from Jump. When I started like going all in with my YouTube back in April in 2024. But now that I got everything together, now that I know how to operate and work my computer screen, this channel will turn into a reaction channel. I will be doing a little couple of things here and there, as far as vlogging or whatever I'm doing around the house or whatever I'm doing around my city. But I want to invite you guys into my reaction life, okay? And we're gonna try to stay up on the juiciness, y'all. We're gonna try to stay up on it because, baby, YouTube now is our modern day TV. There's nobody or watching regular TV. Nobody's watching Tubi. Nobody's watching Phoebe. Nobody's watching Amazon Prime anymore. They all watching YouTube because YouTube has all the juiciness. Okay? But yes, I am turning my channel into a reaction channel, and I want to take you guys on this ride with me, okay? So go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope that I see y'all in the near future. Thank you, and y'all have a blessed day. Stay humble, stay prayed up, and stay humble, prayed up, okay? And stay blessed. I love you guys. Mwah.